Hey folks, BKP here, Team FYN Sports, and I'm happy to be able to sit down this afternoon with Union County Panthers head coach Brian Allison. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm great, Brian. How are you today?
Doing good, and I'll tell you what, I'm really excited because for the last week we've been going around sitting down with a lot of coaches in North Georgia, which I get excited over upcoming Friday night football.
Right.
Let's talk about this. What have you guys been doing off season, strength, conditioning, summer, spring practice, 7-on-7s? What's going on right now with the team?
We've had a very productive off season. We've did not do a padded spring practice. Our soccer team made it to the state championship game. Our baseball team was very successful. We had several of those guys out, and so we did just a little spring workout and kind of got our summer schedule and kind of got our summer rolling with that. And then we've had a couple of passing camps we've gone to, 7-on-7 camps, one at Kennesaw, one at Habersham. Been very good. Our participation has been good. We're probably hitting 82–84% of our kids on a daily basis that we're working out voluntary workouts. We're getting ready to go into a shoulder pad camp next couple of days. So it's been a really good summer, and we're excited about the fall.
You know, looking at, and like I say, looking at the 2018 team, I always like to ask coaches, and obviously you're just getting in to the July practices. First game is August 30th. Right now is where you're seeing some of those juniors that got playing time last year.
Right.
They got some playing time. They're coming back. They're going to fill the shoes of some of the seniors. Talk about guys that are stepping up. I know you said off the camera a minute ago it's a little too early, but obviously some of the guys that you are looking for. Hey, as a coach, who are some of these guys that you're saying it's time to step up this year as seniors?
Well, you're right. With not having a padded spring practice, it's kind of delayed some of those guys being able to show what they can and can't do. But we've had some guys come in and do some good stuff. Guys that didn't start last year, that that didn't play. A kid like Zion Ross has stepped up at corner and done had a very productive summer, and it seems like he's gotten better every week. Jonah Daniel, who played some behind Chad Buzzard at running back, has stepped up, and he's been very good. He's had a very good summer as well. There's a couple of linemen, right, Hodge, that has stepped up, and I think that he's going to do a nice job on the offensive line. Guys, like I said, the guys that J.J. Engel, a guy that played sparingly some last year, we've moved him to inside linebacker, and he's had a very good summer. His attitude's been awesome. Josh Orr, another upcoming senior that's got some playing time last year, that has had a good summer as well in the secondary. So just a couple of guys that wasn't very prominent in their role on Friday nights last year. That's going to be a lot more prominent this year.
Coach, team last year 9-2, very solid performance. I always say this: in Union County is a rural county, and most of what Team FYN Sports we follow every year are all rural counties, and we watch Coach year after year trying to put back the team that left last year off the field in rural counties. That's pretty tough sometimes. What would you say this year? Is this a Union Panther more of a building year? Some of the younger guys, you graduated 12. What would you say about this team early on? Some of the things that excite you about this team that you see early on different from others?
Early on, I just see our lack of experience in some spots that is a little bit concerning, and once again, we won't know until we get pads on, so we can have an idea of where these guys are at and what we need to work on, what we need to improve on. So we did lose some very good seniors last year. We lost some good leadership last year. So we've got these guys that just got to step in and it's a next man up situation, and they've got to perform and do some good things. We're fortunate we have 15 seniors this coming year, and so I feel good about what direction we're headed, and you'll see how we perform on the field.
Let me talk about this strength and conditioning. A lot of the guys, as you well know, throughout the years, you know, it's different when they're freshmen and junior and stepping up. Pearson Allison, if I remember right, his freshman year, he got several reps in due to Cole Wright having to come out a couple games. He got several reps in. If my memory serves me right, he was a freshman and got the only touchdown that night against GAC out here on this field.
I think he was a sophomore.
Darn, Coach, I was so close.
Close.
But I was close.
It was close.
But at that time, I was looking at him like I'm thinking to myself, next year, weight room, working. I mean, the guy that comes back this year, talk a little bit about Pearson with the kind of experience he has this year and how he's been in the offseason, you know, strength-wise.
I think he's had a good offseason. It's not been a great offseason. For him, I think his arm's gotten stronger. I think he's gotten faster. I believe that he'll be better mentally on the field. We have several guys that have really made a lot of great strides. Pearson's one of those guys that, unlike me, I can gain weight at the drop of a hat. It's a constant battle with him and pushing him to gain weight and get bigger. And there's a lot of kids in that same mode that it's hard for them to gain weight. We have had guys though that have gotten. John Mancuso's had a great off season and has gotten bigger and gotten stronger. Noah Underwood, guy that played, you know, you could put him on an up and coming deal. I should have probably mentioned him earlier about a guy that needs to step up, even though he played some varsity last year and started a couple of games. Well, we expect some big things out of him. Noah's gotten bigger and he's gotten stronger. Aaron Helton's gotten bigger and gotten stronger. It seems like the strides end up being more with the upcoming 10th and upcoming 11th graders, to me, more so than it is with an upcoming senior. Those guys seem to get bigger and stronger and faster, to me, in the off season.
Let me change it over to the staff, the sideline, the guys that are working with you. Any changes this year? Is everybody back? Any new coaches on the sideline this year? Let's talk a little bit about the staff and who you got.
No new coaches. We've lost a couple. Luther Jones has moved to Chestatee. He's now coaching Chestatee High School. Josh Sullivan, who was an assistant secondary coach, is now he's the head middle school coach. And we also lost a student assistant, Parker Daniel, who he's going into his last year at Young Harrison. He just couldn't work his schedule out to be able to help us. So we actually lost 3 and didn't pick up any. So we've got a little bit heavier load that we're going to be carrying.
All the coordinators are back.
All of them are back. Everybody.
And for maybe some fans out there who don't know who they are, who is the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator?
Howard McCombs is the offensive coordinator. Robbie Roxbury is the defensive coordinator. We have made a couple of changes. Wade Hodges, who was coaching outside linebackers, is now going to be doing offensive line. Neil Setzer, who's doing offensive line, is now going to be doing defensive line. Greg Chambers is linebackers. And James Avery, Paul McBride, coach of receivers. Let's
round out with the region, and I know, hey, that's down the road, but the bottom line is you start looking at last year, if memory serves me right, you first year you went back. Not that you haven't been in 2A, but you went back. You're in 2A, Region 8. First year playing in this region, very successful. What do you see in the region? I mean, you're coming out East Hall, and then Towns, and then Fannin, getting ready for region play. What is 2A Region 8? Some of those teams, you got Monticello, Putnam, Elbert, Banks, Oglethorpe, Social Circle, I think it is, or Social, and Rabun. What's that region look like this year as you're looking at them?
Well, I would just think right off the top that Rabun would be, one of the leading schools, leading teams in the region, along with Elbert, and I think Monticello was a 4th place team last year, and Banks. I see all of them being better. I'm not sure Putnam. I know they had some seniors. I'm sure that going to Putnam will be a great challenge, and then Social Circle and Oglethorpe both do a really good job coaching. So I see it being pretty strong top to bottom, and obviously Rabun's got a quarterback that's been offered by everybody. So. It'd be hard not to put them there at the top, and then with Elbert, I think their quarterback or running back can is back, and they gave us fits last year. So I think it'll be fun. It'll be exciting, and we'll just kind of see where it falls.
Some long bus rides, some of them, but they translate into the W's. You can ride. It's better to ride home with a W. That's my comment.
Right,
So,
right.
You know,
well, we'll just go play wherever we're supposed to go play and see what happens.
So, Coach, I appreciate you very much. Always thank you for the opportunity to be on your sideline and enjoy watching your young men play and your coaching staff. So I appreciate you very much. BKP, Team FYN Sports, we're out.